What's up, guys? So as you guys know, the Ducky 1-2 Mini has been a really popular keyboard ever since Tfue. But now it's a really popular keyboard that a lot of pro players are using, and it's the Apex Pro TKL keyboard. This keyboard became really popular over the past couple of months. I'm not really sure who made it popular. The first person I seen use it was Mongraal. It could have been him, but it also could have just been itself being popular because it's just a really good keyboard. This keyboard comes in at an insane price at $180. That's really expensive. Well, to me at least. I do know some of you guys really do be balling though. So the real question is, why are all these pros using this keyboard and why is it so expensive? Well, let's talk about the switches. This keyboard uses the OmniPoint switches with a 0.7 millisecond response time and a 0.4 millimeter actuation point. And for you guys who don't know, response time is basically how long it takes for the action to happen on screen after you click the button on the keyboard. And the actuation point is basically how deep I have to click on the button for it to actually respond. For example, if I have it at a 0.4 millimeters, I can just barely click on the button and it'll respond. And yes, I know some of you guys wouldn't like that because it'd be really easy to click a button by accident. And this is a feature that makes it really cool. You can actually change your actuation point from 0.4 millimeters all the way to 3.6 millimeters. Now, if you compare these switches to the Cherry MX Speed switches, the response time is 4.3 milliseconds quicker, and the actuation point is 0.8 millimeters faster. So with that said, this keyboard is insanely fast. So I wouldn't see why pros wouldn't switch to this keyboard, as they want the biggest advantage that they can get. The only downside is that this keyboard comes in TKL at its smallest, so it's no 60% keyboard for the people who like the smaller version of the keyboards. I also don't really see people use a lot of keycap customizations as they do with like a keyboard like the Ducky 1-2 Mini, but again, that's not really a big deal as that's just appearance. So overall, it's a really good keyboard and I would recommend it. I would buy it for myself if I wasn't broke, but at the end of the day, it all do come down to personal preference and what you think feel better in your hands. Now I'm going to show you guys what keyboard that the top pro players use, and this is not going to be my opinion. This is going to be from the power rankings, and I'm going to be using the power rankings of 2019 because 2020 basically just started, so it's not really anything or any tournaments going on right now for me to use the 2020 power rankings. I'm going to be telling you guys the top 5 EU players and the top 5 NAE players. So starting with EU, coming at number 5, we have TSM Crue, and he uses the Logitech G Pro X keyboard with the GX blue switches. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have Cooler Aqua, and he uses the SteelSeries Apex Pro. Coming in the 3rd spot, we have Liquid Mitro. Yes, he's in Liquid now, and he also uses the SteelSeries Apex Pro. Coming in the 2nd spot, it's mongraal, and he also uses the SteelSeries Apex Pro. And the number 1 player, according to power rankings of 2019, is NRG benjyfishy, and I bet you wouldn't guess what keyboard he uses. He also uses the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL keyboard. Now we're going over into NAE, and coming at number 5, we have Sen Aspect, and he uses the Ducky TKL keyboard with blue switches. Coming in at number 4, we have NRG Zayt, and he uses the Matrix keyboard with the Gatoron brown switches. Coming in at number 3, we have Ghost Saf, and he's also using the 60% Matrix keyboard, but he's using the silver switches. Coming in at number 2, we have Faze Dubs, and Faze Dubs is using the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL keyboard. Now coming at number 1, you already know, Bughas, and he actually was using the Apex Pro TKL keyboard for a couple weeks, but then he decided to switch back to his old keyboard, the Matrix Elite keyboard. I'm not sure what switches he uses because it doesn't tell me on stream, but if you know, drop it down in the comments below. Now I'm gonna be telling you guys the top 5 keyboards, and this was actually really hard to make as I tried to look at what keyboards that most streamers and pro players used. I looked at a lot of streamers and pro players keyboard, and this is what I collected. So this isn't really my opinion or anything like that. This is what I see most streamers and pro players use. I'm also gonna show a couple other keyboards that were really close to making the cut, like really close. So coming in at number 5, we have the Matrix Elite keyboard. Coming in at number 4, we have the Ducky 1-2 Mini. Coming in at number 3, we have the HyperX Alloy FPS Pro. Coming in at number 2, we have the Logitech G Pro. And coming at number 1, we have the Apex Pro TKO. Now, some other keyboards that was really close is the Razer Huntsman TE, the Razer Black Widow Chroma TE, the Vortex Poker, and the An Pro 2. Now, those are all some really great keyboards, but I know there are a lot more keyboards out there, and I would really love to hear what you guys think the best keyboards are. So I want you to leave your top 5 best keyboards down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to drop a like and drop a sub. And also, if you want to support me, use supporter creator code Kamahley in item shop. This is Kamahley, and I'm out.